So let's flip over to our huddle and look at some variations of this play by rule, our out, small, slice, unreadable, and then I'll even show it to you as a default play where we can run it to bail us out or package with something else. Okay, so that's the order we'll go in right there, guys. So by rule, you'll see a variety of these. And guys, I'm just going to kind of hit the high point of each clip so we can get through this pretty fast. This is from the. I'm going to show it to you from the sideline so you can see the whole formation, but you'll be able to see the blocking. We're in an end over split in formation. We're doing some checking there, so you'll see the purpose of that when we get to the end zone shot. You can see the play in its entirety. From the end zone, our quarterback's in a check mode, so he's checking it to the. This is a wide tech check. If we give the quarterback that option to check, and he's going from a small technique, which this would be a small technique to the offense, to a wider technique. So it's obviously called over here with the ability to check it over there. We're not locked into doing that, but we certainly can. And you can see the tie backs fits, play side tie fits off the down lineman. Second tie gets his third step in the ground, and he should beat the quarterback through the big gap and look, big eyes and look for work. Now here's a formation that we're in where we're balanced, but we're not truly balanced. We've got a tight end wing at the top, twins down here. And so it's a no-mo play, kind of a no-motion double option there. I'll let you see it in its entirety. Big run for the quarterback there. And what we do is we kind of get into a formation where we got a hat for everybody except that nub corner. So we're doing freeze, but we have a hat for the rover. But this corner really doesn't know how to fit the play real well. So it can serve as a purpose play for so many reasons. But our play side tie is going to insert, block that backer. We get a pull read, hat on the rover, and the corner's kind of in a mismatch there, and the free safety is displaced by the formation. And as you go through the clips, guys, you're more than welcome on your own to kind of just check and for formation, for rules as we're blocking them. And I'll hit the high point. We're in right lids. We got trips to tight end down here against a 4-3 defense. It's a 4-3, but it's a 6-1 look to the tight end. You see our tight end's in a 2-point stance. We do allow him to do that. Now, when we got a single tie, we say single tie is the action guy. He's going to become the only insert blocker there. We felt like by alignment, we were okay with that. Watch the fullback on his pull reaction. Pull, dip, rip, run away. You see, watch the Mike backer, number 5. Even after the quarterback's running past him, he's chasing the fullback. So really good job by him. Here we're kind of in an overload quad set. So it's, again, a purpose play to let us kind of tinker around and see what the defense is doing. We're in our fake quads where we have an ineligible. Down in the goal line and displacing people, and they're trying to figure things out. We're just simply running mid-double in there. And a lot of times when we get in these single tie formations, whether it's play side or backside, we do not have motion, and that's okay. But you can see the rules in action there. We get the backside you, me. I'd like to see that guard stay more vertical, get more push, and help that backside guard so you can't get in the cylinder. And you see the reaction of the play there. So let me get you to the side of this one. Okay, we're running into the end over side there. So the perimeter blocking rules kick in place for the receivers. And for this formation, it might give us a chance to see how they treat an ineligible, trying to block the cover down or climb defender. Kind of the same situation against this team. They really had a tough time with mid-double on this night. Same look, we get wide tech check. You see the fullback. Now, this team was, a really well-coached team that was going to take the fullback most of the time. They sought to squeeze and take the dive. Well, we heard them on midline several times, and then they make an adjustment where they come back and take quarterback. Now, we're in a formation, kind of what we call our version of a pro set, where we have a little in motion by the receiver trying to crack the rover or get to the free safety. And you see he doesn't get there, but hopefully he's affecting him with his presence a little bit. But it's a give read this time. It's a give read this time, and the fullback has a straight shot to the end zone. So that's why this play is so deadly. If they don't take him now, he's going straight to the end zone. You can see what the dive key does. He comes and takes the quarterback because the quarterback's been hurting him all night on midline. Here's a too tight flanker play. Again, no motion, so you kind of get a stationary option. Our play side tie is a little late on that backer fit. Don't like that. But the quarterback is a good runner, and it's a way to get the ball in his hands. If you don't like something on the perimeter in terms of pitching, this is a good way to give you an option read. You don't have to block everybody, but not the whole expense of triple option. But that play side tie has got to be more aware of that hip backer falling in there. Wrap up the quarterback, and he's able to make a nice play out of it. Now, here's just what we call a flow tag. Backside tie is going in full motion. No expense. We just feel like that his motion is going to maybe occupy the corner out here a little bit. He's not involved in an insert, but we did make a motion tag to let his – I'd like to see him get a little earlier when we have influence motion to go on D and down. Here's an out scheme. We saw this on the mesh presentation, but we'll cover it here. This end zone shot, so when we're in a mirror triangle, we can influence and block out. Still same read. It does affect the center and the backside a little bit, but it affects the defense a little differently. So neck and mesh, quarterback's got to be ready for that. We'll get an end zone shot of this, same thing. This time it's a pull read. It's a midline out scheme. Got to have that mirror triangle. Quarterback's got the best seat in the house. He can see that. Again, makes the dive key kind of hesitate if he's playing technique. A lot of times two techs are. Nice play by the quarterback. We never go into that play blind. We always alert it. So small scheme, when we're changing the dive key. So here's what we got here. We've got this guy's a play side shade on that side. He would normally be the read, which would be an auto call, but we're in a scheme that allows us to make him the read key to keep the fullback involved. We'll be reading the defensive end, which is really normally our triple read, our veer read on a mid path. He's a squeezer. He can't tell the difference. He comes down and gets it. Now our play side slot is wrong. He should be working up to that safety because he knows our play side tackle has a best path rule to the play side backer, which he does. Quarterback is able to win in space for some yards, but we should be fitting on that safety and really have a hat for everybody. So just look at that. So if this defense is doing anything related to motion affecting their front, then they're really going to be off kilter there because we're a no-mo play. Center and guard are trying to me the small to the Mike. Play side tackle, best path to the play side backer, number 24. Slot's free to go to safety. And we should be trying to crack outside with that, but we had a press man, so receiver took the decision to run it off. Okay, small scheme here. We got a shade nose down toward us, making that 5 tech to read. Play side ties is fitting off the dive key, but a little late. This scheme sometimes does throw him off, but he's fitting outside to the backer. Our play side ties backside ties should be coming around, thinking wider on the small scheme, and he does. I'd like to see our play side receiver fitting on that free safety right there. Boom, number 10. He might have got the wrong call or something on that. Okay, slice. Slice, again, it's a part of the midline triple family, but we can certainly use it on mid-double. And we have to alert it because we got to make sure they're in a 50. We'll get a good end zone clip of this. So once we know they're in the 50, play side guard is going to come down on the nose. Tackle best path, play side backer. We normally use a tight end, as you see here, to handle that third defender on the line of scrimmage if you're counting the nose. If we did have a play side tie, he would fit here. When we just have a one tie, he's a single guy, is the action guy, then he'll come around and he'll be the primary insert. And our tiebacks on this play really are blocking for quarterback pull. there we get a read. Quarterback does a good job of knowing where we're at on the field, and we get the touchdown there. Auto call. Auto, the unreadable look where we can't read, like the dive key to the left here. I'll get you to the side shot so you can see we're in trips. They're in a 3-3 defense. Now, a 3-3 defense is naturally unreadable because this stack is the first down lineman. So we have to be in the scheme to make this guy the read. If we don't, then it is a quarterback run. This quarterback was a good runner, so we didn't mind being in auto a lot. But if we didn't want him to run that much, or he was kind of hurt, and we want to keep the fullback involved for whatever reason, then we would be more of in a scheme to make this play readable. And that's why the schemes are important for many reasons. But this is important to know. You can see the flash and wrap action by the fullback. Quarterback step back and follow. This is another way that really quarterback can really, and you see the fullback there getting up to the free safety and affecting the backside corner, that the quarterback really is running an isolation play. And when we get to ISOs next, we talk about quarterback ISO. This is really one of them. So he steps back, flash, and wrap, but the fullback does. Quarterback's going to flash and dash. This time he's going to flash and feel up inside. And then you see the fullback does a great job thinking backside backer, and then just look for work. There's a lot of guys doing a lot of work right there. This is better from the side, but, if you're calling this game, you can't tell that this big old boy right here is unreadable. That's why we have this tool in his tool chest. And then, of course, the rules of the play kick in after that. So very safe, easy play to call and incorporate and not always have to be right on the play call. A lot of the automatics and things that you have in place help this play. But you can see the fullback is trying to flash and wrap. He really can't get through because there's just a thick defense and some big kids in there. But the rules are simple and easy and block in place. The number 7 there is free, but he's got to tackle one of your best players in space. Here's just a good look from an auto situation from the side. Again, from the sideline, I can't tell this auto until I see it happen. And we get in the end zone there. So auto is a very valuable tool to have in. Now, here's a clip. I won't get into the details, but we have a trick play on right here. And because of the nature of the trick play, the quarterback knows that we can't run it against certain looks, and he has the option to check to midline on it. So we're in that mode right now where he does not have the trick play available, so he checks us into midline. So it's a bailout play a little bit, it's default. So watch what happens here. We got a trick play called. If we'd have just called it and kept it blind, we wouldn't have had a good play. We probably would have a turnover. But here the quarterback has the option to use mid-double to the best side he feels we have it to, and ends up housing it. So great football play for so many reasons and in so many purposes.